Hello and welcome to what's going to be my top 5 Supervillain Lairs. Looking to become a supervillain but don't know where to hide your top secret doomsday weapons? Look no further, I have the video for you. High-tech data fortress. Sweden may not be the first place you'd look for a supervillain's lair, which makes it the perfect spot for one. Originally designed to be a nuclear bunker with 16-inch doors to protect the place, you should have no fear of an attack. Located 30 meters below bedrock in central Stockholm houses the facility's 1,110 square meters of space. Have your enemies made plans to attack with a hydrogen bomb? Well, don't fear, the facility is able to withstand a near hit by a hydrogen bomb. You should be okay. The real use for the station is a housing unit for the network operations centers of one of Sweden's largest ISP, or internet service provider. All that just for the internet, eh? Bahnhof, the ISP responsible for this, has 5 data centers in Sweden, including this one. Sweden seems to have good internet, practically bomb-proof. Saddam's bunker. If you go ahead asking the grandson of the woman who designed Hitler's own Führer bunker to design your bunker, then you're probably not the nicest guy ever. Managing to survive 7 bunker busters and 20 cruise missiles, the guy obviously knew what he was doing, and unfortunately, there's way too many evil geniuses protecting absolute scum. Why can't you be cool like Batman or something? Due to the construction of the thick concrete floors above the bunker busters, which are designed to detonate after smashing through a number of floors, were tricked into detonating too early as they passed through the fake floors. Unfortunately, this meant the end for Saddam's gold statues of naked pole dancers and porn paintings. There also seems to be a trend in bunkers being able to survive a super weapon. This time we get an atomic bomb. The bunker is supposedly able to survive a direct hit. We'll ignore the fallout. In fact, looking into this place seems to be the perfect home for a YouTuber, as the place housed air filters, a command center, generators, and a video editing room to make propaganda videos with your latest sick COD montage. Or if you're Saddam, watch a load of porn. Mountain headquarters. NORAD, or the North American Aerospace Defense Command, aren't exactly supervillains that we know of, but their facility certainly is fitting for a supervillain. This facility actually houses the NORAD defense system, which is supposedly going to tell the world when it's about to end due to a nuclear apocalypse. It'll give you about 30 minutes before we all meet the absolute end. The Cheyenne Mountain, located in Colorado Springs, houses the facility, after over 1 million pounds of dynamite were introduced to it to hollow out the 7 million cubic feet of space required by the Americans and Canadians. Of course, this being a warning station for the nuclear apocalypse, it would make sense to make this place a bomb-proof, and it is. 115,000 rock bolts reinforce the bunker inside the mountain, which are all maintained by 2 people. What a blast. Buildings inside the bunker rest on 1,316 giant half-ton springs to absorb the shockwave of a nuclear bomb. Seems like a pretty cold and bitter place. Luckily there's a dentist and a barbershop down there too. Oh yes, and 6 battle stations. This is part of a global defense network, you know. You have a few weeks of supplies for you and your cohorts to live after the apocalypse has happened inside your bunker, and emergency escapes to make sure you can get out afterwards. 25-ton steel doors protect the facility and you can only reach them after driving a few hundred feet into the mountain itself. Have fun with the apocalypse. Hydroelectric plant. Want to take over the world but want to do it in an eco-friendly way? Well, this is going to be your best bet. A 10-story hydroelectric power plant abandoned for 30 years lies behind the Great Niagara Falls. Originally used to provide water for the plant's generators, they lie untouched. Underneath the plant lie massive brick tunnels built back in 1906 and being the biggest tunnels of its kind at the time. It's damp, dingy and perfect for you wannabe supervillains. Best of all, you have a cascading waterfall to look upon. Pretty neat, huh? Moscow's Metro 2. If the Russian government are going to deny a place exists, it must be a great spot. The Metro 2 at Moscow is basically a second underground metro that runs parallel to the official Moscow Metro. Only this one goes a lot deeper and is a lot larger and goes to a whole bunch of different places. It is said to go to places such as the Kremlin, secret airports, nuclear bunkers, military installations, and even Stalin's old private residence. This was of course constructed during the time of Joseph Stalin and has since been left abandoned, supposedly. Due to the denial of Russian officials claiming the place doesn't exist, it leads one to wonder whether things do still happen down there. If you go to claim this place as your lair, you may be getting rid of a few unwanted guests. So rather than the Metro 2 being a singular bunker, it is more of what you'd expect to be a metro system, a series of tunnels linking up many different bunkers. Due to the secrecy, the chance of there being multiple operations bases, bunkers and more seems like a goldmine to the home hunting supervillain. The US have a rough map of what they believe is left of the Metro 2, so maybe try knocking on the door of the Pentagon first. They might lend you a copy of the map. And that was my top 5 real-life supervillain bunkers which exist. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please subscribe and like, leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one.